Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? We're going to do some programming today. Haven't you heard? That's what we do on this stream. We do programming. And you know, I wonder how many times I've actually streamed this project. What are we up to by now? All right, it's got to be a lot. Let me look. Right, we streamed the music visualizer for quite a bit, right? That was a big project. And now we've been doing the rhythm game for what feels like 10 days or so. I don't know, let's find out. Maybe it's less than that. Let's see. Yeah, audio synchronization. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Today is stream number 9 on the rhythm game. Stream number 9 on the rhythm game. Not that we're like particularly close to being done. No, of course not. No, more likely this will just take forever. You know, like 5 months, maybe more. I don't know. And yeah, more likely I'll have to stop streaming before it's done. But hopefully I can arrange my life in such a way that I can continue working on this, because this is very fun. Well, I think very fun is kind of an understatement. This is very meaningful to me. Announcement, I have bad news. Today is going to be a short stream. I've got about 2 hours that I can do today, because I have some personal financial nonsense to work out. I've just got to roll over a 401k to an IRA. It's a bit. I would hope that it's a pretty common thing. Like, anytime you switch jobs and you then want to like take control over the money in your 401k, you have to quote unquote roll it over, and you have to pay like taxes or something on it if you want to convert it to Roth. Or sometimes you don't have to pay anything on it at all. And then sometimes they have to like sell the stuff in the fund, because in the 401k they're buying things that regular people don't have access to. So yeah, fun. Yeah, so I scheduled to do that today, and so because of that, I'm not gonna. I've considered doing like a double stream before, right, where I stream early in the day, I do stuff, and then come back and stream later in the day. I've considered doing that. I just don't think I will. I'm better off, or I think I'm better at doing like one long haul session, and then just focusing on like doing everything I can to make that session go as well and perhaps go as long as possible. I think that's a little bit easier to focus on. If I then do like a double stream thing, well, for one thing, it would send out 2 notifications to my Discord server, which maybe people don't care about, but I worry about that kind of thing. And it's 2 separate videos. I don't know. I probably shouldn't care, honestly. I have like 0.5 viewers per day on average. Who cares? I don't know. Well, so where are we at so far? Let's start there. Let's start there like we always do. Let's look at this. Yeah, let me position it a little bit. Zoom in. Show it to you. Alright, there it is. Very good. And then fix the stretch. Perfect. We have up scroll, that's right. Yeah, so here we are. This is the current state of things. And the problem we're going to be working on today is getting this scroll bar to work. I mean, it kind of works already, right? It's like halfway there. When you scroll down, it scrolls this down. This only works on up scroll. For down scroll, I'm gonna need to like reverse the positioning of this. But the main problem right now is that when you scroll to the bottom, you see we're near the end of the song, but not exactly at the end of the song, which tells me that it's slightly misaligned. And kind of the same deal with the top as well. So that's not great, right? We need to fix that for sure. But the reason why I'm excited about having the scroll bar is you can middle click, which makes scrolling through this incredibly nice. Incredibly nice. And it's scrolling at the speed of like whatever your scroll settings are normally. So it's gonna feel very intuitive to scroll through it. Like if you however you scroll on a browser, it'll scroll the same way here. And we got these little timestamps everywhere to remind you where you're at, which is freaking perfect. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's really good. Do you see, like, you can scroll so freaking fast through it. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. There's no performance implications at all. It's staying at a constant frame rate. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's just so good. But it's broken, so we have to fix it. That's it. That's like, if it takes us the whole stream to do that, that'd be great. That'd be fine. I don't think it will. I kind of hope it won't. I've had just about enough of, struggling with map linear and bounds to get stuff to align properly. I've had just about enough of that nonsense in this feature, but there's gonna be more of it, I'm sure. Now there's absolutely gonna be more of it. I wonder if... I'm thinking, like, why does this line up correctly? Why does this line up feel like it lines up so well? I'm pretty sure it's specifically because I mapped this. I'm trying to like do this like pixels, right? Like you calculate how many total screens the whole step file will take up, and you set that to the dimensions of this scroll thing. I'm pretty sure that's why it feels right. Because the speed at which you scroll your wheel is tied to some amount of change to the scroll top. I'm pretty sure the underlying mechanics of JavaScript and HTML are such that it has like a specific static amount that it changes the scroll top. That must be it. Okay. One question that comes to mind already. Come over here to my deep dive. Here's my... Wow, this is a lot. This is a lot, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't seem like all that much, but it's kind of a lot. Just for creating... Well, anyways. Okay. let's console.log some stuff, shall we? Love to do that and have it not work correctly. It's always the best. Okay. Let's see where we're at, right? Let's see how it maps stuff. I'm expecting, what am I expecting? I also want to know my max and min scroll top. That would be important. Yeah, that seems important. What would that be? What would that be? That, I think? I'm pretty sure that's the max. Zero, right? Zero? Zero. That's how I'm doing it. Yeah, because the for sure the min scroll is going to be zero. It's got to be. Wait for it to compile. There we go. Okay. Max scroll, min scroll. Max scroll. Max scroll would be 157,453. Okay, let's see what the top is. Oh, we're decreasing here. That's slightly curious. So we get to 0 when we're up here. Does that make sense? Yeah, actually, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now, what about down here? That's not the right number. That's not the right number. How much off is it from the right number? That's exactly, nearly exactly, equal to the height. Actually, that's exactly equal to the height of the window. So that's actually perfect. That's 100% perfect. But the only problem is the game time seconds. So that's fantastic. So this means that the scroll bar bounds work how I expect them to, basically. That your scroll top, when you're at the bottom possible position, is literally one height from, it's referring to this position, basically, this very top position up here. It's one height away from the quote-unquote bottom that you're trying to define. Okay, very good, very good. Okay. Yeah, and let me review how I calculated that max time. Let me review that. There, yeah, the total height, yeah, that's what I meant to say. So this is really, what is this? I don't like using this to get my to get the thing that I'm trying to get, because it's dependent on it forces this logic to run at the end of the frame, which I don't like. Instead, I should do. I should take the game canvas height. No, not the game canvas height. The scroll, the bounds, the game bounds. What do I call it? Note bounds. The note bounds. I should take the height of the note bounds, which is in pixels, and convert it to seconds, using my pixels per second that exists in my config. That's what I should do. Where am I? Okay. That way, it should be equivalent. Should be the same. Pixels divided by pixels per second. Yeah, that gives you the number of seconds on one screen. So you take the total number of seconds, you divide it by the total number of seconds on a screen. So this is number of screens. This is the number of screens if you just stop here. And then you multiply the number of screens times the height of the canvas. And maybe you shouldn't multiply by the height of the canvas, and instead you just multiply by the note bounds height. That might be more technically correct for what we're trying to accomplish, because you're scrolling the note bounds effectively. You're not scrolling the whole canvas. You're scrolling the notes. And if at some random time in the future I want to try to jam this whole display into like a separate little window, which probably is not a good idea, but I could. Then I would rely on this logic being correct. Okay. So that's the total height. That's good. Yeah. Let me run this again real quick, just to make sure it's all the same as I expect it to be. 157453. Oh. 15745. This could just be a result of the random variation of the note generation, the accuracy event generation. 157. It's far enough off though. 157453. It's like 2,500 off. That seems like a lot. Does this mean it's magically fixed? Is it better? There's 0. No, it's totally broken still. There's 0. And there's the bottom. What I'd like to do what's weird is it kind of looks like the bottom is correct, the top is not, but the bottom kind of looks correct. And I wonder if the timestamps. See, what's weird is the timestamps might be wrong. I worry about that too. Surely they're not, right? Surely they're good. Min index game time, max index game time, which is a product of on-screen game time. And this is a product of total display seconds. No bounce height divided by pixels per second, yeah. And then I multiplied display seconds by the percent receptor percent. Right, to get the current time. Or I compare it, hold on. Current time minus the least time receptor y percent. So like 20, let's say it's 20%, right? So if I go down current time and then minus would be in the past. Does this work for both up scroll and down scroll? It must, I guess. That seems weird. But it seems about right. It's just I'm slightly confused that it works. Yeah, it must be right. It must be right. So here's my thinking. I would probably prefer that the current time be the center of the screen. But how do I remap that? Is that like trivial to remap and I'm just overthinking it? I think it probably is trivial to remap and I'm overthinking it. Well, what about display config? Does the display config fuck with me? Display manager, I mean. Not display config. Display manager. I think display manager does actually fuck with me. Because when I ask it to draw, Oh. I could kind of cheat the display config a little bit. This is interesting. Okay. I could actually tell the display config that my receptor Y% is 50%. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. And I could also do receptor size 0. um, so the reason we want to use display manager still for drawing this, even though we're already really close to not having to use it because we've implemented a lot of the drawing stuff, is we want the appearance of the game to exactly match what it looks like when you're playing it, at least as far as the notes. So we can't we can't we can't mess around, you know? Like, this needs to be exactly identical. And especially for something like we could circumvent display config and then go like make calls to note skin, I guess, if we really wanted to. But I think display config is actually totally fine. Yeah, it's totally fine. Okay. So let's do that. Let's try to do that real quick. And so let's break some stuff, basically, is what we're gonna do. We're gonna break some shit. Yeah, we're gonna break some shit. No, let's not even do that. Just trying to be consistent. Okay, frick you, scroll manager. We don't like you anymore. So this is the only place that's used here. Oh. Okay. Maybe for safety I actually don't go over here and like hard code it as 50%. Maybe because the display config is what the display manager uses. What do you need? Playing config. What do you need? Okay. Playing config, I'm going to need you to be more honest about what you need here. You actually don't require all of config, do you? No, you don't. Frick. Okay, you need a note size. No spacing, basically everything that's red. And we're doing this so that we can use our own receptor Y%. Yeah, okay. Perfect. And now we're going to use an object here. Can I just like copy these things? I kind of forget the order of everything. Is that what I'm trying to do? No. Okay, everything is there except here we hard code 50%. There we go. Yes. Yes. Very good, very good. Alright, delete you scroll manager. We don't use you anymore. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now I need the results display to tell me a different receptor time seconds, one that will presumably be easier to calculate. Okay. Receptor Y% is a number between 0 and 100, and it's between... Oh, okay. So I would just pass in the average of these two. Any other reference to receptor in here? No. Yeah, so that should be totally fine. And now, while I'm in the process of breaking things, I'd like to break it even a little bit more. Come down here to our scroll bar again. Way over here. Okay. Yeah, so now I can think a little bit more clearly. On what the scroll bounds should be. Okay, what if we just also did +2 heights? No, that doesn't seem quite right. I want... Yeah, because if I let it scroll completely off screen, that would kind of be not great. I want the game time to be in the... I want the latest possible time to be what you get when you scroll all the way to the bottom. I want the latest possible time to be at the center. Yeah, I want the latest possible time to be at the center. Which means that we're... And I same thing when I scroll up. So actually, I want to add 1. Yeah. Okay, that's total height for sure, for sure. And we're gonna scroll from earliest possible time to latest possible time. Yeah. But I'm wary a little bit. Yeah, we do want scroll time 0, which I think is the top. Yeah, we want scroll top 0 to have the earliest possible time, and so this time, this dot game time seconds, if we set that, that means that it'll be in the middle of the screen. It should be. And then if you reach the total height, which I think is the bottom, but you never reach the bottom per se, do you? You would reach total height minus 1 screen. This dot note bounds dot height. But when we get to that point, I want it to be at the latest possible time. So this should work now. This should actually be 100% correct. Well, I worry a little bit. Yeah, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. It seems about right. Let's see. Let's see if it's any good. Yeah, this seems about right, which makes me worried. Cuz I don't know how else. That means like I can't imagine being wrong, which is scary. Cuz I'm often wrong. Okay. Oh shit, dude. Oh shit. Yes. Okay. So the earliest you can scroll to, that's interesting. The earliest you can scroll to is 10 seconds because there's no notes before that. And if you scroll to the bottom, oh my god, it works perfectly, yes! Oh my god, it works perfectly. Holy shit! It's exactly how I drew it up in my brain! freaking awesome, dude. Oh my god. Okay. Next, we just got to make down scroll work. Oh my god, I can't believe that worked. Okay. Now, down scroll is broken because when you scroll down, it goes up. See, this goes down, while this... It's very unintuitive. All the way down is the highest possible time, which is not what you want. And all the way up is the lowest possible time. So we actually want it reversed for down scroll. Yeah, we want it reversed for down scroll. Okay. Basically this, I think. Let me just try to see if I like it this way. If this works. Because if this works, then I know clearly what I need to do. Yeah, I think that's right. If I scroll... So I'm playing down scroll, right? So this is progressing the song forward in time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm scrolling up. That's right. Yeah, I'm scrolling up. It's really it gets really unintuitive when you like have this dilemma in your head. Okay. All right. Okay. So you say, if this .config .scroll direction equals scroll direction dot down scroll, then you would say, what do we have here? Let top scroll time let bottom scroll time, because this will be the top and this will be the bottom. Top scroll time equals latest possible time. Bottom scroll time equals earliest possible time. Else, top scroll time, we exactly reverse it. And then we take top scroll time, put it here. We take bottom scroll time and we put it here. Boom! We're doing it. We're freaking doing it, dude. Wow, the fact that I scrolled and it still worked is kind of insane. The fact that you can scroll during this animation is insane. Now, if you could hit play from this point, that would be insane. I honestly don't think there's a need to be able to do that. Like, that would be cool, but also kind of useless. Like, maybe the coolness of it should suggest to me that it is actually useful, but I don't know. I don't know about that. This is already pretty darn good. Up scroll works well. Oh, hold on a second. I want to double check. Before it was broken so badly that these notes didn't like correlate exactly. Ooh, shit. No, they do. They jump. Yeah, no, I think it's still broken subtly. What the fuck? What the shit? Okay, can I debug this? Can I debug this? Hmm. Oh, look at this. Okay, no, this is probably the problem. Okay, I need to have a function for this. Oh, they're actually okay. They're not the same. This is time to scroll top. This is scroll top to time. Okay. It needs to basically be the same logic though. Okay. So that could be the source of the issue. And I can use this variable in two places. Top scroll time, bottom scroll time. This is correct, I think. Yeah, I think this is correct. Okay, okay. Can I set up my animation to make this a little bit easier to debug? I'd like it to stay in this initial state forever. So where's my animation stuff? Okay. I will replace this with infinity. I think that'll work. Ooh, not great. Not great. Is this a scroll direction thing? No, it is just a completely broken thing. Frick. Frick. Frick, dude. So, question. Is this like... Is the problem happening here? Where it's like... I want to get this game time, but then I don't, and the point at which I don't get that game time is the scroll setting part, because I have this here telling me what the game time is. Desired game time 178.359. Actual game time is 178.8. Okay, so it's very slightly off, which is crazy. It's like it shifts up slightly. Oh, that's frustrating. What's the deal with that? So how do we communicate that that is our desired game time, though? How do we communicate that with our scroll thingy, right? Let's follow the chain of communication. Init 1 2 3. Init 1 2 3. This dot game time seconds equals receptor time seconds. Yes. Right. So on initialization, on the creation of the object, I take the... It's a function of the min and max on-screen game time. Do I question? Do I need this? I don't know. It might just magically work without this. Doesn't 50-50. 50-50 if it'll work. Right? 50-50 if it'll work. Because this already works at mapping scroll to, like, the real game time. So maybe if I just reverse it, I don't need to do, like, a double scroll direction. Because I feel like I should only have to do a scroll direction dependent thing once. $100%. 100% that was the problem. Frickin' beautiful. Try it with up scroll for sure, though. It hurts. It hurts. Oh, that's weird. That might have always been a problem. It just reflects horizontally when you're on up scroll. The game time is still correct, though. Weird. Boop. Boop. Okay. Well, I need to fix that. We're making progress, though. We're making very good progress. That was like a completely unrelated bug that I've just now noticed. Okay. Okay. So this is peculiar for sure. I don't really want to mess with... Maybe I do mess with get point position. Right? Because later on I completely discard the x value of the point. Okay, here I do point.x. Right? I care about point.x. But here I stop caring about point.x. And here I've long stopped caring about point.x. So it is actually the responsibility of get point position to tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Right, and this is a different get point position from results display, because results display didn't have to care about this. It just used the rotation function. And now I have to draw it already rotated. Okay. We've got like let leftmost x, and we've got rightmost x. I think this is a single word. Yeah, okay. And basically I just reverse these if it's up scroll. If this dot config dot scroll direction is equal to scroll direction dot down, then hold on. This is to the right. This is to the left. Lower x is leftmost. And then I would put leftmost x here. And I put rightmost x here. And then for down scroll, I reverse these. Let me just do this a little bit faster. Ooh, double semicolon. Love to see that. We'd love to see those. That's how we do it. Okay. Okay. Now the flippy thing shouldn't be happening. Thank goodness. I swear I've got like PTSD. Because when it stops, I'm like, whoa, oh, it didn't flip? Can't believe it. Oh, that's not good. That's not what you like to see. Ooh, that's broken. Yeah, because you're not allowed to select the time over here. Uh-oh. That's kind of a problem, isn't it? We'll want to fix that. That's a distraction, though. Still works with down scroll. Very good. Okay, so I kind of have to, because I decided on this design decision, which I think is a reasonable design decision. Like if the song starts with 10 seconds of silence, you would kind of expect to see that on the graph, I think. Maybe you wouldn't. Yeah, maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you don't want to see that, right? Maybe you don't want to see that. Okay. If that's true, then I need to go in here and change that. And I need to make sure that it's that it maps 1 to 1. Really needs to map 1 to 1. Okay, let me see. It's been a while since I looked over here at you, Mr. Results Display, and I think you have some confusion to offer me, which makes me scared. Zoom in time, no. Min time seconds, max time seconds. How do I determine max time seconds? I'd like to know. This is still in the constructor. Wow, big constructor. Huh. I see. Well, no. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore, are we? No. Let us rename these variables. Well, wait. Oh, these don't have seconds in them. Let's do this and rename everything. Problem? Oh, yes. And down here, we're still angry. Okay. Oh, forgot the this dot. Okay, now you are gonna use this calculation method. And this is the wrong one. Oh, we don't have linear notes. We don't have linear notes in this context. What do we do about that? I could what? I could do what? I'm passing in everything, dude. I'm not playing. It's the same set of notes regardless. Okay, now this is happy. And everything in here should basically just work. Wow. That's okay. That's ominous, but I understand why it's like this. Okay. It's just a big red blob. That was terrifying. Min time seconds, max time seconds. I think that's it. We added these two guys, and then we added this guy. Alright, I think that's everything. Now... What? Don't I already have this, though? Yeah, it's literally just this. Alright, let's see. Let's make sure it all works. Yeah? Yeah? Now the edge cases. This is the big problem. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like it. It's perfect. It's so good. I'm delighted. I'm so freaking delighted, dude. Where's the animation controls? They're way up here. Okay. Yes. And now, let's go back to looking at it for real again. Awesome. So nice. So nice. Does this pop in? No, it fades in. Right? It fades in? Yeah, it's pretty quick fade in, but no, it's good. Okay, and now let's go back to down scroll, which is my preferred scroll. We can get rid of that console.log because it's not helping me right now. It is just very loud. Okay. Let me... Got distracted for a second, sorry. Okay, let's try a real replay real quick. You know, the only replay I have still for some reason. Okay. Oh. Interesting. It zooms in a little bit, but not nearly as much as the other one. Okay. good. Ah, frick. I want to go back and look at that again. Right, okay, yeah. Up here are boos. Right. But what about a miss? Can I look at this double miss over here? I missed that note. And I missed that note. Oh, weird. I got a boo here. Miss, boo. Oh, I kind of see. Oh, interesting. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. I get. So I totally missed this guy. I was like, do, fail, do, and then compensate by hitting this note, which doesn't exist. And then go back here and miss this note. Oh, my brain exploded clearly at this moment. And then I might have figured it out. Yeah, I think I figured it out. Are the receptors helpful? Now that I'm looking at it, it's like, could the receptors be useful? Or no? Hmm. You know what I would like is a parentheses number of milliseconds next to these. That might be useful. Like we've pretty much won. We still have the very difficult task of the back button and reversing the animation. That much is certain. Yeah, let's get parentheses milliseconds going on. You're in a deep dive, right? You probably want to know that information. Pixels, Arial. This is where we're fading in the text? Okay. Let's make a little function for this. What's a linear recording again? What's an entry in an accuracy recording entry? Okay. Okay, we've recreated what we had before. And then I'm gonna add like the milliseconds thing there. So it's like accuracy name plus space parentheses, and then we're gonna have another space parentheses space milliseconds. And let's do milliseconds to fixed 2. Or 2 fixed 1. And can I get like a plus sign here? Yeah, I want there to always be a plus or minus sign. I think that would be cool. What about when it's exactly 0? Ooh. Can we get a plus minus symbol? That would be neat. Just like a tiny Easter egg, not even really an Easter egg, you know? Yeah. How cool is that? That feels nice, right? That feels nice. All right. Now let's go to all the places where we do this and substitute in our function. Label. We called it a label elsewhere. Yeah, here's the text. Here's some text happening. Accuracy name. Okay. Is that it? I think that's it. It's linear recording I that we're trying to annotate, right? Yes, I believe so. And one last time right here. Okay, let's see what that's like. Do we like it? Do we hate it? It's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot, but yeah, 2 fixed always gives you the 0.0, which I think is pretty good actually. Yeah. See, now you don't need to wonder whether, like, you know, how aligned it is to the center. You have this number for you right there. Okay. I want to look at the real replay real quick. Interesting. I might special case these. Yeah, I might special case those. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, let's special case those. I'm thinking something like less than or greater than to really explain, because I'm starting to think this is a really good opportunity to explain how the game's accuracy stuff works to people. It's a pretty good opportunity to do that. Okay. What if we start like this? Just gonna express this in a slightly different way. Um, if accuracy util dot is miss or is boo. Yeah, this is basically the logic I'm going for here. When we pass in the event plus accuracy settings, yeah, that's right. Nope. Okay. So if it's a miss, what I want to do is I want to say less than, and then I want to go to our accuracy settings, or maybe get latest millis. Yeah. And for boo, it'll be greater than. But this is going to be okay. That now this I do dot to fixed 0 for sure. Or round it? No, I don't know. Because they could have a they could have a decimal point in their maybe I just do 2 fixed 1 to match with everything else. Well, wait, why am I doing 2 fixed? Shouldn't I be rounding to the first? Yeah, shouldn't I be using this instead? I kind of want to use that instead. That's even better. That's even better. Just in the off chance that it rounds to 0 or rounds to something different than if I had done 2 fixed, I want to make sure it lines up. I want to make sure that these little cute little annotations agree with the actual number that you're seeing, because otherwise it's going to confuse people. Okay, perfect. Now let's see what we think about that. Well, this doesn't have any misses or boos, so this should be identical to what we've been seeing so far. Escape. Oops. There we go. This should have a plus, though. I love this. This is so freaking cool. Alright, Boo needs a plus. I don't know how it could ever be that a Boo is not positive, but maybe I do this strategy. Right? Maybe I do this strategy. Try arranging it like this. Let's do 2 fixed, 1. Yeah. I want that extra decimal point in there, even if it doesn't need to be there. Okay. Rounded millis equals latest in this case, and we get a less than sign. We're kind of assuming. No, we're not assuming. Never mind, that's not assuming. I was going to say we're assuming it's negative, but no, we're not. Okay. Yeah, that seems correct. Accuracy millis plus equals this. Accuracy millis plus equals this. And then we do this thing or this thing, and there we go. And perfect. Okay. Now how about that? We got our own little pipeline working there. Oh dear. Oh dear. Huh? What? Oh no, the undefined is in the number. Okay. The undefined is in the number. Why? Rounded millis equals. Rounded millis equals. Oh. Ooh, Let's do this. So it's a little bit less confusing. No, this should be correct. I don't know what the deal is. So wait. Why is it giving me undefined? Well, maybe, okay, this is the issue, right? Right? That's probably the issue. Is I'm trying to do a plus equals on an undefined rather than an empty string before, and so it just breaks. It freaks out. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. All right, and then we go view a real replay to make sure the boos and misses are right. Okay, yeah, I like that. Ooh, wow, look at that. Plus or minus 0.0 milliseconds. Good, good. See, before I did the round trick, you would have seen it to fixed as 0.0, but it probably would have had this plus or minus thing here, because it wouldn't have actually been equal to 0. It wasn't actually equal to 0 probably until I did the round to n places to it. And the plus or minus check, the check on what should appear there, is dependent on the rounded value. So that's very important. Freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. And I really do not mind that the text is overlapping. I kind of don't care, because this is already pretty darn, it's so valuable, and it's like, you couldn't really ask for much more. It's not a big deal that the text overlaps. It's not that, because you can still kind of read it too. It's fine, really. Yeah, like I guess if I really wanted to perfect this, I could try to devise some algorithm to well, you see, yeah, you'd want to like I could shift one of these around, right? But then you would lose the effect that the line corresponds to exactly where the event happened, right? It's kind of like you choose, pick your poison, right? You have to make a sacrifice somehow, somewhere. Yeah. And maybe if I really wanted to, you could sort of address the problem by implementing a zoom feature. Like if two events are really close together, you could sort of implement a zoom feature so that you zoom in until they're separated out enough. And a zoom feature is so much easier to do. Well, yeah, zooming in is not remotely costly. Zooming in is not remotely costly. Yeah, and would you zoom in at your mouse position? I keep wanting to just do it. Yeah, would you zoom in at your mouse position, or would you zoom into the center by default? I feel like zooming into the mouse position. I could see argument one way or another. Already, it's so valuable. I think though, so valuable. Yeah, and it draws underneath everything as it should, as it should. Yeah, and this will totally get destroyed if the user has a, what would you call it? If their note skin or their settings just like take up the whole thing, would never really work. Which is kind of a mess. Yeah, I don't know what to do about those cases. Ha. Oh, that was me. I released too early. Okay, that's how that works. Awesome. Now I need to hide the receptors. I need to hide the receptors for sure. I think I'm gonna save that for another stream, unfortunately. I know how I'm gonna do it though. It's just like I know right now I've got very little time left before an important call. So let's update some stuff here. We fixed the mapping from scroll position to time position. 100% we did. Flip the scroll bar when using down scroll. Yep, we did that. Oh, interesting. Put the CSS for the scroll bar in the CSS file. That's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point. The overflow and that stuff like that. Yeah, still got to do that. Make the return button disappear. Stop drawing the receptors, I think, is the very next thing that I want to do. And I'm going to do that sort of a two-step process. First, I'm going to add a receptor opacity option. To the options menu and the config. And then I will stop drawing the receptors by setting the receptor opacity to 0. It's kind of a cheat. I'll admit it. It's kind of a cheat a little bit. But I could sort of do like where's the display manager? Right. Okay. Right. I could sort of cheat by doing something like if this dot receptor get receptor opacity this dot what this dot display config. If that is equal to 0, or we'll say if it's greater than 0, then you draw the receptors. Otherwise, don't. See, that way, we're just not drawing them. In this situation where I set it equal to 0. Yeah, because this is some logic. This is a non-zero amount of work. Certainly more work than it would take to run this little if statement, right? So, yeah, I think that's the right call. And then the users get a new feature where they can change the opacity of the receptors. Like, why not? Why not? And in theory, at some future point, it can change dynamically because this is a display config, right? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. Short stream today, only 2 hours. But I didn't take a break at any time in the middle of it, so I feel like it was pretty good regardless. Thank you so much for watching, especially the VOD watchers, since no one was really... Actually, there might have been some lurker that showed up here live. Hey, if you're a lurker, still appreciate you, still love you. Figuratively, I don't know you, so I can't really claim to love you. Alright, I will stream tomorrow though, as my plan. Yeah. Tomorrow's a Wednesday. I'll be streaming around the normal morning time, if all goes to plan. Yeah, great. But hey, until then, farewell.